Hey guys, I think so. I should be live by now. Let me share the screen capture, right? And move to top. Where is this button, man? Move up. I think so. This should also do. Yeah. So hey guys, my name is Aniket, and mostly today I will be streaming about Amaranth HDL. So I'm working on this open source project, and that demands me something to upload as part of. I mean, that requires me to just go to this Amarnath. I have no idea what it is. So, as part of the stream, I will test if this works or not. Before that, let me just push something to my GitHub. I need to maintain my streak, man. Yeah, let me maintain my streak. What was my work folder? So, it was DC Digital. Yeah. I will tell you later why it's named DC Digital. So, git add commit. I know it's not a very good commit, but I mean, it will do. I had a work all day, man. Seriously? Yeah. Oh, authentication failed. Okay, let me try again. This should work. Hmm. How do we check if the Git authentication work? Let me try this thing, man. Think so. Yeah, I'm able to stream, right? And let me. And this is the first stream. I don't care. I don't have any much audience here. But let's see. How does the GitHub works? And it should be very simple. How can I get my own password? Hmm. Do I get a number of tries over here? Let me just check my GitHub ID. After joining some corporate, it has been some good amount of time before I have started to revisit all my concepts. Yeah, it's this one, man. I'm being through the yeah. And the worst part is that my keyboard does not have a light to denote a caps lock. That's the most important part. Oh man, come on, just give me the access. Oh god. I think support for moved on August. Oh, I'm not even reading this. If support was removed, then why are you asking me this? Creating remote repositories. Then how I'm supposed to add this thing? Crazy, right? Hmm. Let me just explore some ways to see if it works or not. Cloning with the kit, GitHub CLI, all this thing. And I have just 10 minutes. I have just 10 minutes to make sure before my commits actually get pushed, brother. Hmm. Let me see if this even exists or not. Okay, this is a word link. Ah, this won't give you the access field. I think so. This should do, right? Personal essence has been by using it. Yeah, blah blah blah. Each token. Yeah, I think so. I need to go to the settings. I need to stop the stream, man. I need to share this token, otherwise, it's just let me just stop sharing the screen for a bit. And yeah, I need to generate some tokens, and post that we can have some sessions get it says here to go to the developer part, and where I'm supposed to find that. It says developer setting here. Why can't you put it in some alphabetical orders, man? uh Personal token last sec. Okay, I understand. Generate a new token. Confirm. Yeah, it's me. Personal computer access. Yeah. All repositories, man. Generate a token. Okay. GitHub token. Okay, now I have to enter the token, right? Hope this works, man. Okay, permission is denied. I need to ensure that where I'm able to repository access is all okay, but I need to make sure that read and write. Okay, let's give it a read and write for all the things. I just have 5 minutes. Close spaces, metadata, read and write, comment statuses, dependent alerts, dependent deployments, discussions, metadata pages, pull request. Yeah, you should be able to mess with the pull request. Tell me I'm thinking about it too. The users, blah blah, management addresses just. I think so. This should do, right? I mean, these many. I don't even use these many things. Oh, for those who are not aware, I'm just streaming in the dark. That should do. Okay. We'll get back soon once we have got to know how this thing works, right? Let's try again. Ah, it's successful. Yay. So, let me share how this thing works. Yeah, we have at least got one commit for ourselves today. That's a good thing. So yeah, we were discussing about this Amar. How do I even pronounce it? Let's start with the pronunciation part because I don't want to sound dumb by pronouncing it. Okay, let me share my screen now. Yep. Okay, Amaranth. It's named after some plant. And how do we pronounce it?
Amaranth.
Amaranth. Okay, Amaranth. So at least we got to know what we are doing today. So Amaranth, this is provides an open source tool chain for developing hardware based on synchronous digital logic. That means some clocks are working behind and providing some logic to it. Okay, and it aims to easy to learn, use, reduce, eliminate coding mistakes, and simplify the design of complex hardware with reusable components. Okay, so far so good, but existing it does not restrict the designer choice of using the existing VHDL or Verilog. Code can be integrated in this flow and blah blah blah. Okay, let's see with the installation part. At least let's. So for those who don't know, I'm currently using an Arc based system, and I hope I did try something yesterday to make sure this thing works, but not sure if these things actually do work or not. Yeah, these things are installed. So let me keep it on top and start installing something. So this thing mentions that, but it does not find it here. Yeah. I hope so. It's in the different Python. Yeah, let's see. Make dependency after install. Yes. Why do I need make dependencies? So I think so. After this, it shall be runnable on my. So the guideline here says that it supports different platforms like Windows, Mac OS, Debian, Arch Linux, and other Linuxes. So I think so for other Linux, you can always build from the source, which is the usually the best way, actually, if nothing works out. So it says that manual intervention is required, blah blah blah. Okay, you want to remove these running error. Oh, I do not have to run it as well. I think so. These are the things which go. Yeah. Let's make sure this thing works. Yep. And now this guy should work, right? I mean, that's the unusual part. You do not know if you will be able to install something in the system. You can end up using some no module name. Oh, it's saying that no module name PDM found. Okay, okay. Our internet is there to help with this PDM. What do you do then? Okay, I'll install with this then. I don't know where I ended up on, but let's see. Uh, this is all these things are there, but I don't know what I have configured all these things yesterday itself, but not still able to get it how it works. So basically, you see my download folder. So download. There is downloads. Turn CLS. There is a package name up counter here, and after this up counter, let's try to use it, and it will say it's no model name but not found. So let's see if I can get it this thing up and running or not. Obviously it means that the package was not installed correctly, and these are the some problems which I face actually. So let's see if this thing work or not. I don't know why even pip does not work here, and it says that this environment is externally managed. Try pip. I think my X is a passion trying to install. As if you wish to install no. Okay, it's bad. Fiction Pipex. Pipex. Let's use you. I have still set this as okay. This thing was installed. No, this thing did not exist. It. I think so. Now it's showing over here as this module, right? And it's lastly updated on a very old time, but for my job, I think so. It should do the task. Let's see if this works. These are the same thing which we faced earlier, right? Yeah, we will get the same thing, right? Because no more. Oh. So it's about to fail on the last step while I'm trying to install this thing. And if I can get this thing up and running somehow, then I'm good. Yeah. I think pip install. It's a very simple command pdm. Click display of manager. But yeah, that's not a real thing. So this Sunday, I do have a talk on trying to explain how does the boot flow works on an embedded system, and obviously I work on the NAND part of the system. That's why I found this area very interesting. Mm, Now it should not show any errors. Uh, yeah, it's still showing. Even back end is not available. Oh, you're saying that no, PDM is not available, man. What the literally? How I even get this thing working? Oh, these are the for the boots. I feel like Manat font and everything, but I think so. This should do. Even for other Linuxes which are trying to run it, it should do the development. The first part of the Linux is that if it not end up installing correctly, then you can end up in a very messy state where there can be multiple modules which is already installed, and you need to find that again and just uninstall from your system. So this is not a very good thing which I see here. But anyways, let's try to see what does this guy does. So I'll just go to the code and let's see if that's understandable or not. This section demonstrates the Amaranth flow to provide a cursory overview of the language and this thing. Okay. Consider a counter with a fixed limit enable and a workflow. So now we have a counter with the 16-bit and 16-bit counter with a fixed limit. I don't know what this limit is about. The value at which the counter overflows. Okay, that's the limit. So you can see this is the kind of you can see this is the type of comment you should write, that I just question myself over here that what is the limit, and then in the next line I see that it's explaining this stuff. So pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, so now we have defined a limit, you have defined a signals and some other signals and the signal count. Okay, now we use some module over here. I think so it's imported from the Amaranth, and after that we are going to see includes HDL signals. Okay, so these are some HDL signals as part of the interface and provides the elaborate method that defines its behavior. Okay, so mostly elaborate implementation use module helper to describe MD home and MD sync, logic control with conditional syntax m.f, m.ls. Okay, so you've defined a module over here, and this module is utilizing the different components which are part of the part of it. So now I think so it's testing the simulator. So it's at here we have ensure that this is equal to 0, and it will do an yield assert if not overflow. Yeah, this is definitely overflow. Once enabled, counter should not overflow in 25 cycles. Okay, for int yield is not overflow. Okay, and the whole should be clear in 1 cycle. So now we have enabled the simulator with the tut, and we have added a clock frequency of 1 megahertz, and we add a sync process named bench to this. So as said, that Amaranth is a very it uses some, what it mentioned here. I think so it uses some synchronous clock to make it working and everything stuff. So yeah, let's see if it actually does this job or not. The test is implemented as a Python generator function that is co-simulative of the counter itself. The test bench can inspect the simulated signal with yield sig. What is yield function? Function. Yield function in Python, bro. I think I should ask these questions to ChatGPT. Similar to return and used for returning a value object in Python. What is the yield? Oh, it returns difference between yield and return. The best part about these AI tools is that return. In Python, I thought at this point it's already obvious that what we're trying to achieve over here. But anyways, so it says that the difference between the yield and the return is different. Oh, so let's say that this is a simple generator function and it yields 1, 2, and 3. Drive a code to check. So you can specify specific value back to its caller, whereas yield can produce a sequence value. We should use yield when we want to iterate over sequence, but we don't want to store in sequence in memory. Python generator. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to do is that if I have a Python program to generate from 1 to 100 using yield, and therefore generators and infinite generators that prints the square number. So yeah, I get the logic over here. What is happening over here is the fact that we are generating signals, and signals or something which is getting it's getting checked over here. Okay, uh right, that should be good enough for us, but I'm not sure what these things mean. So I think so we should definitely take a look at the tutorial before using it. So yeah, So installing, I think so we have just failed it successfully. I'll try it in the Windows tomorrow and try to stream it if it works well and good, but otherwise. So a value is basic type, but you generally don't use values. Instead, you use subtypes such as constant or signal. Okay. You will mainly use signals, but let's look at constant first to get idea of this. Then signal will make more sense. Okay, this guy has already given a heads up that we are going to use a signal anyway, so that's a good thing. And constant is a literal value with a given number of bit that does not change. I think so. We are aware of that. How does Amaranth knows how many bits the value has? If you simply construct a construct out of integer like a simple constant, then get as many bits as to fit the integer. In this case, 4 bits. Okay, yeah. Or you can spend the number of bits you want by adding it within. Okay. So let me take a note of this in our Python. And basically, what is happening over here is that so basically, if I want to represent this 10 in a bit of 16, then I should use this, right? That explains. So from Amaranth, we are going to import it, and let's see, man, if it works or not. I mean, it sounds pretty awesome, but I'm not sure I'm able to run it. See, I have this compiler as well. Let's try to save it, and I think that it's gonna give us a warning that it's not even installed. I don't know why. Do I need to create a virtual environment and then try to install it? Not sure. So yeah, when we discuss about the shape, it's gonna return the number of you will given 16 unsigned values. Okay, I've given it that. Now the signed values are to complement and it creates a 5-bit signal value. Yeah, we need a 5-bit, 1 bit to represent whether it's positive or negative if I'm not wrong. It's been time also before I've revised this concept, and it's a shame that I work in the hardware industries and I cannot figure out this thing. But yeah, so with this sign is false. Okay, this is giving us a lot of in I mean the information about this variable, and you use a sign 1, the width is 5 and the sign is true, and blah blah blah. Same thing goes over the length function. We'll retrieve this. Guys, I'll just be back with the water break. I just received mail from a very stupid. Going to go there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that no one is going to watch the stream, so it's pretty chilled up for me. I just received mail from a very stupid. I just needed to check the lights before we can move ahead with the stream, or I'll be just the man in the shadow. Sure that no one will watch the stream, so it's pretty chilled up for me. Yeah, it works out pretty well, right? I just needed to check the lights before we can be just shadow. Wait, the stream is lagging behind a bit. Creates a constant of 10 whose size is large enough to hold a 16-bit. So we were back here. So basically constant is using this number 10 right over here. Let me just increase the font size so that it's visible on the stream as well. What is happening over here is that the fact I can use it to just, I think so we have come across a large. First we need to get it installed somehow, and then try out these things before we can actually say something about it. But yeah, Okay, constant can be created. This is the general template of a constant, that you can create a constant using values and a shape. And this have been already seen the shapes for signed and unsigned. Okay, so basically we are using the constant to create a shape and a size. And okay, now we are going to talk about the ranges inside the constant. So we are going to create a constant of 10 whose size is large enough to hold 16-bit integer. So this is something which we're already doing. Now what's new in this? Now the fact is that we have to create a constant of 10 whose size is large enough to hold any integer between 0 and 50, inclusive of 51. Okay, so basically you're creating a constant of 10 whose size is create a constant of 10. Okay, I've created a constant of 10. Yeah, now this is create a constant that's large enough to hold any integers. Okay, so I think so it also, but the point is that what's the point of doing this? I'm not sure. If the range contains a negative number, that constant will be signed and is of a to holder. Okay, then it will give me of a signed 5. Given a Python enum with all integers, you can create a constant out of it. Okay, so this is a decorator class of a Python unique, and to this decorator we are going to, since in this decorator from enum we import this functionality, and we can just find out, this is equivalent of finding the maximum and the minimum. So here what we see is that when we ask for the shape for this, it tells us the unsigned 3. And the reason it says unsigned 3 is the fact, why does it say unsigned 3? I have no idea, dude. For let's ask chat GPT. Let's see if it has enough brain to. Okay, there is no explanation behind it, but let's see. So I think so there has to be some reason behind it before. So in this function we have passed, we define a function with 2 as enum and it ranges. Okay, 0 to 4, I think so. And when we ask for x is t2, okay, we can see this value of function sum sine 3. Let's skip over this part. I do not find it very satisfactory that why are we seeing the shape as 3, because here it's obvious that the shape of 5 is expected because we are trying to represent it in a 5-bit signal, right? And it's a sign as well. And here also if you see that we are trying to represent a -10 again with a signed 5. So I think so we are also trying to represent this enum, and there might be some internal calculation which is happening as part of this. So we might not need to go to that level to understand it. Should be good enough. So a signal is value that does not change. Okay, may be implemented as flip flops or wires. The backend will figure out based on how they are used. It's equivalent of wire, reg, logic, and verilog. Just like a constant, a signal has a shape, width, and signs. You can create a 16-bit unsigned signal, for example. Okay, signal 16, unsigned 16. You can specify a signed signal with this thing. Okay, so the equivalent of all this is signal. But what is the difference? I have never used verilog, and the interesting part is that there is absolutely no difference in the system. For the way they are spelled, they are the word system. Okay. But what is the difference between reg and logic and verilog? I have only coded in C. That's the max which I've done. And I don't even know what they are used for. Signal declared as a reg must be procedurally assigned. That is in the always a block, depending how the always block is coded. This may synthesize to flip-flop, large block, or blah blah blah. This can be confusing to non-voice. My system introduced the system Verilog. Okay, so you stem the cells and a note.